right, so we're back. Now, the market is coming up to that zone, right? It's coming up to that level, so we're just gonna wait. All right, got a few more minutes. As you can see, they're pushing up to that level here on the 15 minute. Here they come, right to that zone. Okay, alarms are set. Just need a few more pips up to that level. Okay, just push up just a little bit. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let me turn my volume up just a little bit because I know some of you were saying, man, we could hardly hear you. All right, so you don't want to enter too early. Okay, we already have the zone. All right, so we got the everything set up. Like I said, we don't want to enter too early. You want to be right on time. Okay, all right, give me one more push. One more push up to that zone. And okay, right in that level. Okay, let's see if we can get some falls. See if they're gonna fall. Okay, start rejecting now. I know. I know what you're thinking. Like, bro, you got in super early. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to get in early. Look at that nice drop from that level. I don't trust the market. you know? I don't trust the market, but look at that nice drop. Beautiful. Okay. Let me just maximize this real quick. Let me get a separate view. Okay, let me download that real quick and then go back over here. They might come back up. You never know. They should come back up to that level, but if they don't, it's the reason why I jumped in early. Okay, but now let's take a look at the targets. See this range? Targets should be down in this area. Okay, so I entered that zone. You enter anyway because of the spreads. Okay, so that's a good play. I always teach you anyway. So target number one should be right here. Okay, target number one should be right there. I always teach you, you know, calculate the spreads. So that's a good play, you know. So I'm not worried about it. All right, so target number one is right back to that zone. Hopefully they can push down to that level. Let's see how this look over here. Let me see if we have a confirmation play. Now we don't want them to close above that. That would be horrible. That would be horrible if they did that. Now, you missed out on that trade. Can we see them pull back to that range? Or do they want to come back to that 50? We don't know yet. Okay, let's see. All right, so they back at that 50. If they close above it, they're going to keep going up. See how they're rejecting? They're trying to reject that 50% right there. Beautiful rejection. Beautiful rejection. I love it. All right, let's see if they're going to hold it. If they close above it, we know what they're looking for. Okay, if they close above it, we know what they're looking for. Okay, nice drop. Nice rejection from that zone. All right, give me another drop. I dare you. Give me another drop off that level. Okay. Let's see if they really want this zone. Do they really want that level? Or are we good right here? Because even this has a target. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Do they really want to come back up to that zone? Now, if they do come up to that zone, you know, that's what we teach. We teach that pause. See, that was a pause, and they might give us something like this: high, low, react, change of direction, and then give us that play like that. That would be another move too. But we'll see. They still in this range, still in that range. Look like they might try to fall out the sky. Nice. Give me that big push. Give me that big, massive push. There you go. Good job. Let's see. They holding that zone, but we don't know yet. You can see the flow. The buyers are in control. Okay. Click this button. The buyers rejected off of that bull zone. I always say, if they get below here, it's over. But we'll see. This is where the patience comes in at. How many of you right now are staring at the screen trying to figure out what the next move is? It going to drop or is it going to give you a big spike to the upside? How many of you are looking at the screen right now and wondering, oh my goodness, what is it going to do? Okay, so targets have already been hit right here, so I could exit. So remember, if you follow the course, okay, every single entry has its own target. So I can exit here and be satisfied, okay? But just for the sake of this video, we want to see how far they gonna go. That's TP. Just for the sake of this video, okay? Now, you see this zone up here? This zone has its own TP sitting at this level, okay, at 43.19. So that TP 43.19 is right there, okay? I'll wait to see if it's going to come back. No need to give away free money, right? No need to give away free money. So I'll wait to see if it's going to come up to that level. But yeah, look, now they want to start dropping. They want to start dropping. Wow.